Hi guys, and welcome to today's episode of Doing It God's Way. Today I have with me my friend and former roommate, Dr. Erika, and we'll be discussing balancing life on campus with Christianity. You know, you happen to be someone, I spent some time with on campus for 2 years. And I really observed how you were able to, manage your academics and your Christian life. Given that you were a medical student, I know those days, people would refuse to go to church
Right.
because they are writing exams.
Right.
They wouldn't even go for fellowships because they are writing exams. Any normal school days, they'll tell you, oh, I'm here to learn. I'm not here to go to church and all. So let's start from the background. What was life generally for you like? Juggling school, academics as a medical student, and also as a Christian. Yeah.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm excited to be on this episode. So yeah, as you rightly put,
Yeah.
Going to university, I had it in mind that I wanted to get my CWA high as possible right from the start. Because the word around was that if you get very high CWA from first year, you're able to solidly maintain it.
Yeah.
So that was the goal. My way of balancing both my academics and being active in church, serving, was because it wasn't something totally new to me.
Oh, okay.
From SHS throughout that time, coming to university, that had been the way of doing things.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't because of WASI preparation that you skip church service, you skip other activities you have to do in your school routine. So it was basically the same thing. It wasn't something totally new. So yeah, that was basically it. It wasn't new, and I had become used to it from high school.
Wow, I see. So, did you at any point feel like you were doing too much? But even if you don't feel it, I mean, people around you would, pass one or two words, oh, this girl, why do you learn? Do you get time to learn? Because I stayed in a room with you and I saw how active, like, the way you balance both, I really admired it. I don't know if I ever had the chance to tell you, but
Oh yes.
I really, really admired it. But of course, what we see is not always what the reality is. But I want to know, did you at any point feel like you were doing too much? And how did you handle it?
So that's like in two parts.
Okay.
It's whether I'm the one feeling I'm doing too much or people around me are feeling I'm doing too much. I don't know what people felt.
Wow.
But I definitely got a lot of people excited about my participation in activities, my service, because they were like, hey, you're a medical student and you come for every midweek service, you come for departmental meetings. But one thing is there's this theory, Parkinson's law, which says that whenever it basically describes the fact that if you are given some assignment or work to do in 30 days and you are given 6 days, you will expand the work so that it will fill the 30 days for it to be ready by then. And if the 6 days you are given to, you will expand it that you'll be done in the 6 days. I actually believe that participating in all that made me more productive.
Wow.
Because I realized that I've divided the time over these activities. So if I come back to the room, I'm getting my rest and I'm getting time for studies. And I wasn't playing about any of them. As much as I took participating in activities on campus as World Cup, it was in a similar manner I took my own personal work with God and my studies. I wasn't about to let someone say that because you were active in church or because you served in one capacity or the other, it was going to affect your grades. Yes.
I see.
So happens.
So from what you said, it was more like when you were coming to school, one, you wanted your CWA to be up there, and on the other side, to you wanted to serve God so much that you also didn't want anyone to have the opportunity to say that because she went to church a lot, she also failed.
Yeah.
I see that's really, really interesting. But did at any point in your academic life, let's say, maybe going to church a lot or participating in school or anything affect your academics, your grades or anything?
I wouldn't necessarily say that because it's about identifying what your methods are,
Yeah.
knowing what works for you, and doing it. I realized I got saturated after 2 hours. So whether I stayed learning the whole day or I spent time out and came to learn for 2 hours, I felt my output was almost the same.
Okay.
Yes, and research kind of backs that. It's not about the long study hours, but how effective we make the minutes count. I don't think I recall any test, any examination, any group assignment that I flopped because I was so into extracurricular activities, including church.
Wow.
Yes, I don't recall anything that went bad because I was. In fact, because I'm actually doing those things, I was doing well. That's how I see it.
I see. Okay, so this takes us to the next one. Practically, how would you say that your work with God impacted your education? Because as a medical student, I know you have a lot of books to read.
Yeah.
I remember those days you would come back, from your experiments, you were telling me about the cadavers you had to dissect and sometimes when it's exams period, having so much to learn, don't even know where to start and all. But would you say that at any point you had practically God's help? Like it wasn't just about what you read or what you felt you could read, but were there any instances where you can say that at this point, I know God helped me?
I've heard people say something like, do your best and leave the rest to God.
Yeah.
People throw that about a lot. Okay, so specifically, there were times where I didn't know how to approach learning. I didn't know exactly what to learn because the material was diverse, was a lot. And I just pray that God lead me to the specific things I should learn, guide me to know how to go about things. And these ones are definitely, if we don't understand certain things, we ascribe them to God.
Yeah.
There are times where I got direct, like, I'll go to the examination hall, whatever I see is exactly what I learned.
Wow.
And there were 1,000 things that could have come. So why move showing up? So those times I felt like it was answered prayers. Those things were answered prayers. But I have to say that all that comes from a personal work.
Yeah.
God is not a magician. He doesn't work with you can't just do anything and expect any results.
Yeah.
There are principles to these things. You sow and you reap. You can't sow maize and reap granuts.
Yeah.
You have to sow. So throughout the semester, I'll be learning.
Yeah.
There are times where when the examination paper is in front of me, I feel like everything is familiar. It's things I've learned over time. So I used to say that I actually answered this paper from residual memory.
Wow.
It's like I've learned them over time and they are now requirements of me. It wasn't that I will not learn throughout the semester, then last minute. I wasn't a last minute person at all. I didn't work that way.
Okay, next let's talk about sometimes people say, oh, when I graduate, I'll serve God. Right now, I have to focus and pass and make my parents proud. It took so much of it to come to campus and all. It works for some people. But then sometimes you also realize that when you graduate, serving God becomes harder because now you have to get a job. Recently, I heard of a job that it's actually Monday to Monday, 9 a.m. to 9. I'm not even joking. I went to ask on behalf of someone. And considering the salary too, I and my friend was like, what type of job is this, you know? So, and there are so many schedules. Some people go Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. You are tired. Even Saturdays, you don't have time. So, for you, what has been the reality? Do you think that doing it while you were in school was the best option, or do you think that after school it's been easier? And I mean, I want us to look at both sides. Like, what has it been like?
I would emphasize on the thing about a personal relationship with God,
Yeah.
a secret place relationship.
Yeah.
If you are daily having a time of solitude, a time where it's just between you and God, and you understand the power of congregational worship, meeting together with other believers, and serving the Lord with your youth, in your youth. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 1 says that remember your Creator in your youth. I don't see which other time is best. The best time was yesterday, like the way the investors will tell you.
Yeah.
The best time to invest is yesterday. Whatever we do in the kingdom is a spiritual investment.
Yeah.
So a heavenly home we have not yet seen. We know all things we see will pass away. Heaven and earth will pass away. But there's a time to come where we'll be in a kingdom. In fact, the kingdom reigns as we speak, but it's not yet manifesting us. That's a whole lot of things altogether. I don't see why I should wait till I'm done with school to serve. I can be at service at any time, in anywhere, in any place, whether I'm in school, whether I'm home, whether I'm a wife, whether I'm a mother. There's no perfect time. The time is now. So I don't get the excuses. I truly believe that those that make those excuses, if you really look at their 24-hour itinerary, they're not doing academics 24 hours. So definitely something else is taking the time. If you really want to serve, I mean, I served as AGCM librarian in the department, in Sunday school department. I served as missions, health rep on missions, 2 years. I did 2017, I think, 2017 and 2018 missions, and I was part of the health committee. I went to AGCM CAT as well. I served vice president. I did a lot of things. I served as financial secretary, medical herald choir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember?
I would see you all the time.
Yes. You once even did my makeup.
Yeah.
It still wasn't around or something. So I tried roommate by the way. I also did my makeup first time for me when I had to go for a church dinner.
Yes.
So if you really want to serve, you find a way and means. It shouldn't be about postponing it because you don't have time and you are not the master of time. You are not the author of time. God made time, created time, put himself out of it. And we are in time. We find a way of quantifying it to make sense to us, to be able to plan with time. But time is not in your hands. You could be here today and tomorrow you are gone like a leaf.
That's true.
You are withered away like a flower. So you can't just postpone something of utmost importance here.
And how has it been like after school? What's the difference? Like, because sometimes we say, oh, like I mentioned earlier, there's more time after school. Surely, is there really, really more time after school?
It depends.
Okay.
So I always use this example.
Okay.
You see, back in school, some people only attended lectures like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what those people did with their extra time. Some of us had to go to school all the 5 weekdays and use our weekends for maybe gross anatomy labs, group work, all that. And it doesn't change much after school.
Yeah.
But for a medical doctor, usually your first 2 years, if you don't choose to quit or you don't choose to not practice, the first 2 years will be for compulsory internship. That's the housemanship or house job. Yeah. And that can be very hectic or something in between hectic and soft life, depending on which facility you choose. And depending on what you really want out of your house job, it can be very bloody.
Wow.
Yes, it can be.
Yes.
It can be very difficult.
Wow.
I think it's one of the most difficult things. But truthfully, as you go up career ladder.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any easier because even though you are not spending time learning all the time, the learning changes a bit. No one forces you to learn. You have to make time to learn depending on the path you want. If you want to be a doctor that your patients can put their trust in, if you don't want oh yes, if you want to truly know what you're about, you find ways and means, and it takes a lot of time. If you have to be at work because you're on duty and you have to miss midweek service, so let it be. Just that it also means that when you have the opportunity to go, you go. But again, it comes back to the closest relationship, the ticket-based relationship. If it's thriving, everything else is a layer on it. Your relationship with your parents, your spouse, your children, your workmates, your colleagues, everything else is built on that foundation of secret place.
Yeah.
So if that secret place is not intact, everything will be spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
So I felt there are times where my relationship with God is like a mountaintop experience.
Yeah.
And there are seasons where it's like a valley experience, yes. But I often, how I'm able to get back to what is the optimal way of living or the way of relating with God as I've known is to fall back into His mercy. I take it that if you recognize in the first place that you are in a valley and you are straying, it's a good sign that you should turn back. It's different if you don't even know that you are missing it or you are doing something out of the ordinary. So I would often listen to messages when I'm struggling with studying the word for myself. I would just be on it, Joseph Prince. I feel like, some pastors have, when you tend to listen to messages a lot, you have categories you put your pastors in.
Yeah.
Some go into prosperity, some go into the gospel of grace, some go into every other aspect of life, getting it right, your relationship with other people, social relationship, finances, all that. So I tend to listen to Joseph Prince a lot because I often feel very much restored when I feel like I've lost my way, when I'm finding it difficult to pray, when I feed on his messages. I get to that place of prayer. When I spend a lot of time listening to gospels, Pastor Nathaniel Bassey, all those people, I was naturally start to pray. And I think you have to take advantage of the most optimal time of the day, which I believe is the dawn hours. There's something beautiful about waking up at dawn and reflecting and journaling and praying, the quiet of the morning, the freshness of the air. It feels wonderful. So often when I find myself in any valley moment, it's those moments I just take to reflect, to pray. And then I did mention journaling too. Journaling is therapeutic for me. And it feels like a fellowship for me. When I write something, whether it's a struggle, it's a challenge, something I'm excited about, I often go into another season, then I'll chance on it. And I'll be like, oh wow, I was worried about this thing, and today I'm no more worried about that. And that alone restores me, that alone encourages me. So that's how my relationship has been. Oftentimes, when you are consistently in that mountaintop experience, you are able to actually continue that way. But sometimes life is not so straight. Sometimes the hard times hit, sometimes you stray, sometimes you find it difficult to follow your commitments.
So for a young person who is probably now going to the university or already in school but is actually struggling to maintain a relationship with God, what are your last words like? What's that one thing you want to do with them?
You can start from anywhere.
Okay.
You can start today. You can start with 2 minutes of just talking to God. You don't really have to approach God from a formal place. You don't have to see him as some big daddy in the sky. As I hear some people say. He's a very personal God. He wants a personal relationship with you, where he's with you, by you, guiding you. So start with a 2 minutes prayer. Repeat it tomorrow. Repeat it on the third day. Hopefully by day 21, it will be a habit. Before you realize you're not only doing 2 minutes, you're doing 5 minutes, you're doing 10 minutes, you're doing an hour. And as your love it grows, the root of your love goes deep into him, you find that you don't remain as you are.
Yeah.
You even come to a place where you can encourage others. You can let them know that, do you know where I started from? Do you know what I struggled with? Do you know how I've come out of that too? So start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And be intentional about your habits. Be intentional about how you want to spend your time. Because it's time, the 24 hours, people are doing a lot with it. People are doing a lot with it. People are going to use your time like a tithe. Give a 10% of the 24 hours to God. I bet you will go a long way. Yeah, someone advised me that I shouldn't feel less spiritual because I'm not able to pray 4 hours or 3 hours.
Oh, no, not at all.
Do the 5 minutes, do the 15 minutes. And truly, after school, it's one thing that sustained me. So I realized I didn't have as much time when I was doing house job as I did in school. I couldn't really always put my dawn time for God because maybe you'll be on duty.
Yeah.
You'll be at the ER. You'll be seeing patients, you'll be seeing all sorts of things, and you can't make the same time.
Yeah.
But that 5 minutes or that 2 minutes, you can whisper something. You can just find that solitude within yourself and within your space and talk to God. It can go a long way. So start today.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Dr. Erekwa, it's really been wonderful. It's really been wonderful speaking with you today. And to you out there, thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for listening. I believe you've been blessed. So please do well to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And do well to share with your friends as well. Thank you, and until next time. Bye-bye. Bye.